Hopefully you were not too busy this morning, so you're able to keep your mind relaxed, and it will be easy for you to turn your mind, to turn your consciousness toward observing how you feel right now in the position that you choose to start your practice. If you're able to let your body to feel the gravity that brings you to the moment of being in the space. On this spot on the earth that you exist right now. It could be the sensation of the support underneath the back of the body. You're allowing your heels, hips, back of the head, elbows, palms to be heavy, or you allow the hips and legs create support for your spine, or you're allowing the forehead, palms to touch the floor. Just allow a couple of more moments to arrive. And connect. Observing the breath, taking the breath in and out through the nostrils. Finding their equal breathing. And try to keep your mind on the mat with the body, with your breath for all 75 minutes of your practice today. Depend where you are, in which position you started your practice, start adding the movements to bring yourself into seated position. We will sit with the position that's called Upavishta Konasana, the wide angle legs. If you need to support your sitting bones a bit with the block or folded blanket, you can go ahead and support. So that will help you to elevate your hips and create a neutral spine. We'll start with the hands behind the back. And keep your chest lifting up. You might even think of squeezing the shoulder blades a bit. Keep your neck in neutral position. You're not taking your chin too high or dropping the chin and rounding the spine. Think of reaching with the crown of the head up to the ceiling. And let's just get a couple of moves with your feet. So point the toes and then flex the feet again. Just go on your own pace and try to note how you inviting the muscles of the leg to work here. What happened when you point in the toe, and what happened when you're flexing, where the stretch feels. And just then go with the circles with your feet. One direction, and then see if you can go other direction. And then come back to position that you're comfortable. Maybe just shake the legs a bit. And then we'll bring the hands in front. And we'll walk forward. To the point when you find it that you're not moving with your chest forward anymore, but you are bending in the waist area, then you should stop and then bring the palms flat and just gently release the head down. So this is just a warm up, so you're just checking, just warming up the back of the legs and the spine, just staying where then rock slightly from side to side, letting the head to come to from one ear to another ear. And maybe when you come to the right, you stretch the left hand a little bit further. And when you go to the left, you stretch the right hand a little bit further. Just explore this movement. There is no rule how you need to move. Just inviting you to come forward and to stretch one side more than the other, whatever you have. And you can drop the head from side to side. So just breath and movement coming together. And then we'll start going a little bit further. So you will bring the right hand to the left toe, having the left hand on the center, and just open the chest a bit. And then move and bring the left hand to the right foot and get a bit of the side stretch. And just continue moving, maybe increasing the moves. But just allow your arms be the part of that. And just continue to breathe. So just movement, whatever feels good for you. Any movement here with some fold forward. Just finish both directions, to the left and to the right. And come back to the center. And then just slide back into seated position. Exhale. Let's bring the right hand in front of your torso, and the left arm is behind, and gently twist. Keeping your spine straight, keeping your chest open. Again, think of lifting the chest at the same time when you twist. And then we'll change. You will bring the left and behind and twist, looking behind the right shoulder. And returning back, and we'll bend the knees, bring the heels close, and then push yourself to come into the tabletop position. Set up your knees, hip distance apart, hands, shoulder width apart, and we'll continue with our 3 moves with exploration. So let's come to the cat stretch, and then drop the belly and take the chin up, and come to the dog stretch, and go on your own pace, really slow. Coming with the chin up, and coming with the belly in, keeping your breath nice and long. Continue for the last one direction, the other direction, and come back to neutral. Step your left hand closer to the center and take your right arm under the shoulder. Bring the right shoulder to the floor, and like sticking your arm to the floor, think of pulling your shoulder back. So feel the stretch of the back of the shoulder. And then release your arm and open the chest to the right. And let's again come with the right arm, twisting, going as far as you can go. Twist. And then again, inhale, reach up. And go your own pace. One direction. Hold how much you want. And then just go opposite to open the chest. Let's go 2 more times. Shoulder down. And up. And one more time, shoulder down. And up. And hold it up. And this time you will extend the right leg back. And And then just go with the right leg back and open the chest even more, lifting the chest up. And bring the right hand down and bring the right knee back to the center. So reset yourself, having the right hand maybe a little bit closer to the midline, and slide the left arm under. And think of sticking your arm to the floor and like you want to round your spine. Think of a bit of the rounding the upper back here. And then let's come up and send the left arm up, twisting opposite. And then again, coming to this twisted position. And go all the way back. And continue your own way for 3 more times. Just find the depth of the twist and involve as much torso muscles into this twist as you able. So kind of deepen that. Working with the opposite direction, opposite sides of the shoulder. Last time, coming to the floor. And then coming all the way up. And hold here. And then extend your left leg and go backward. And open the chest. Drop the head. Think of lifting the chest. And come back to the tabletop position. This time stepping your hands a bit forward, tap your toes, and come to the first downward dog. Setting up your feet hip distance apart. Separate your fingers and think of pushing the sitting bones up and back. Your knees could be bent. And let's just walk your dog, but go slowly. Bend your right knee and send the left heel to the floor. And then go opposite. Bend to the left knee and the right. And just go your own pace, trying to reach with a straight knee and heel down into the calf muscle stretch. Keep nice long spine. And then on next inhale, look forward. And come to the plank and then drop the knees and come to the floor. Exhale. Slide your arms wide and separate your toes. Keep your toes pointed and keep your arms really engaged like you want to reach to the corners of the room. Take your legs off the floor. Take your arms off the floor. Don't go high. I want you to feel the stretch. Keep your neck neutral position. Try to keep your knees straight. And let's release the hands, release the legs. Slide the hands a bit closer so your elbows now 90-degree bent. And your toes could be separated. Take your chest up. Inhale. Lift the chest. And come all the way down. Exhale. Maybe sliding the hands a little bit closer. Maybe they're on the corner of the mat. And let's come all the way up. Maybe this time, depend on the flexibility of your spine, you can come with the straight elbows. If not, keep it lower. Lift the chest. Point the toes. Hold the belly button in. If you come with the straight arms, you're trying to hold the belly in. Support your lower back. And come all the way down. Exhale. Next time, you bring the toes together and the hands comes to the sides of the rib cage. And you start with lifting the chest, with coming forward. Any amount. You can stay here. You can come a little bit higher. Maybe you're able to come into upper dog. That hips will come off the floor completely. And then bring the chin to the chest, round the spine, scoop the belly, and come into downward dog. Exhale. Allow yourself to find the depth stretch in the downward dog. At the same time, you're working with the muscles of the arms and shoulders here. On next inhale, let's step the right foot forward into lunge and drop the left knee down to the floor. And just find first the a nice stretch. Wake up the groin area, wake up the hip area, wake up the left quadricep. And let's bring the left hand to the floor for support. Bring the right hand to your thigh and pushing the left hip down. Twist a bit, just a bit. And then return back. Bring the right hand now inside of the knee and pressing the knee and shoulder together. Open the left arm up. Feel the stretch, feel the opening in your chest, and then release, come back. Reset the right hand on the other side of the thigh first, and then bring the hands to the knees. And lift the chest here. Let's interlace the hands behind the back and have a bit of a back bend. And let's release. Bring the hands on the both sides of the right foot. Tuck the left toes and step into downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Dropping the right knee down to the floor. So the first is nice stretch. So awakening the area of the groin. If you are feeling that you can go deeper, you try not to go with the knee forward, but it's the whole foot, the front foot or the back knee goes away. And then bring the right hand inside the left foot. Bring the left hand to your thigh and twist yourself. Going with the right shoulder forward. Keep your left shoulder rolling back. Pushing the right hip forward so you can reach to the hip flexor stretch here. And then release back to the center. Bring the left hand inside, pressing the knee and shoulder together. You will take the right arm up. So you're facing the south wall. Just try to explore how far you can go. You can use the block here under the left hand always, if you need. And let's release. And reset your hands. Feel the stretch. Still you're practicing the lunge. Bring the hands to your left knee and then release the arms and interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blade, lift the chest. Feel stretch on the front of the neck. And let's release. Bring the hands on both sides of the left foot. Tuck the right toes and step into the downward dog. Exhale. Keep long spine. On exhale, inhale, look forward and drop the knees down to the floor. Reset your hands and we will bring the right leg to the side and then we will take it up and I'm just allowing you to explore the movement. So you can go anything. You can go to the back and to the front and bring the legs straight and point the toes. So just go the movement. Anyone, don't rush. Don't rush. Just play with his leg and hip and see what you can go. One direction and then the other direction. So come with a maybe straight leg and work with a flexed foot and pointed toe and maybe circles and then see what happens if you take your leg up and go circles here. So just don't rush. Be here in exploration how it feels to move your leg. Go both directions. And then we'll do the other side. So you will take the left leg to the side and then take it up and again. Allow yourself to move the hip and move the torso and see how the shoulders respond to this move. How you may be bending the right elbow. So flex and point involve the ankle into this movement. So all three joints of the lower limb is involved here. So really see where hip goes easy, or where you have restriction, how much the core work you need to involve here. Go a different direction, don't go one direction. Very good, go. Then come back to the tabletop position, and let's have the toes together, knees wide, and come into child pose. And as you are resting in this child pose with slightly wide knees, feel your hips. Are you able maybe to drop the belly and chest a little bit lower? Feel your hips awakening. And let's look forward and come to downward dog again. And next inhale, look forward, step your right foot forward. This time you're coming into the lunge. Bring the hands to the hip and take your torso up. Bring the hands to the hips, reset yourself, find your legs. Take the arms to the side and then raise them up, and maybe you can able to look up to the sky. Separate your fingers and really have energy in your arms, like you want to touch the sky, or maybe to hold the sky. While you are here now, very strong legs, you're supporting yourself. Just take a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. Bring the hands on the floor and step into downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, step your left foot forward. Feel the back leg. Bring the hands to the hips and come up. And again, when you're ready, take your arms up and try to invite the very deep and very strong roots, and at the same time extension. So you have the space in your heart, in your arms, you have strength to hold the sky, to reach to the sky. You don't have any limit to reach up. And take a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. Bring the hands on the floor and step back into downward dog. On next inhale, look forward, come into plank. Just feel that you have the strength to resist the gravity, to go against that. Push the floor, use your arms, use your core. You're welcome to come down through bench knees or chaturanga, all the way to the floor. Pointing the toes, having the hands on the sides of the rib cage. You're lifting the chest. You're keeping your shoulders away from the ears. You think of stretching the front of the body. You go to any position that your lower back allows you. Chin to the chest. Exhale, come into the downward dog. On next inhale, step your right foot forward and pivot your left heel. Walk your hands to the left and come up, finding yourself facing the north wall. Reset your feet, maybe going a bit wider, and take your arms parallel to the floor into warrior two. Bring your gaze to the front, middle finger. Reaching with the arms to the both directions. Don't loosen the front knee. And try not to allow the right arm be dominant here, that you're coming just only to the front, only to the future, to tie your back arm. Keep breathing here. We're going to come into a little bit of a flow. So let's bring the front knee straight, drop the left hand to the left side, and lift the chest. Let the right arm to be dropped above the head. On exhale, bend your right knee, come into warrior two. Take a breath. Bring the right elbow to the knee and take your left arm above the head. Bring your gaze to the palm. Keep your left shoulder away. On inhale, come back into warrior two. Again, bring the front knee straight. On exhale, come into back bend. Hold the breath. warrior two. And again. And go your own pace. Inhale, changing. Exhale, up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, change. Going 2 more times through all 3 positions. Just feel the control. Try to check pose in every one. So have the fixed position and then flow the last time. Return into warrior two. And then release. Let's turn to the other side. Bend your left knee and set your warrior. Take your time to find the front knee, to find the front arm, to have your shoulders above the hips. Being able to feel the front and the back of the room, have this equal energy to go to the front and to the back. We'll explore our position before we'll flow. So bring the front knee straight, drop the right hand, take the left arm up, reach. And then return back into the warrior two. Then drop the left elbow and take the right arm above the head. Try not to fall forward, keeping one straight line. And return back to the warrior two. And let's flow. So on exhale, come into reverse triangle. On inhale, come to warrior. On exhale, come into extended triangle. Coming back to warrior. Straight front knee, coming to reverse. Coming back to warrior. Coming into extended triangle. Coming back to warrior. Go on your own for 2 times. Returning back to warrior. And bring the front knee straight. Turn the left foot in. We'll remain facing the north wall. Bring the hands on the hips and lift the chest. And then exhale, come into fold. You reach to the big toes. With 3 fingers, bend your elbows to the side. And you will pull the head down. Bending elbows. Having the space at the top of the shoulders. Release the head down. Feel a bit of the biceps involvement here. Hold the big toe. Really hold if you want to pull them off. And then bring the hands to the hips. Look forward. Come all the way up. Inhale. Now you might need to go a bit wider. You bring the body weight to the right foot and you bring the hands on the floor. Your heel can come off the floor. If you had a bit of a problem to go this low, you might use the blocks to support and be a little bit higher if you need. And we will try to go as low as we can to the other side and flex your foot and turn to the right. And then again, as low as you can, you go to the right and flex the left. And explore it here. Just go one direction as low as you can to the other. Maybe going, facing the toe and maybe bringing the hands and folding to the right knee. And then again going and finding yourself out facing their foot and coming into fold. Going 2 more times. And returning back to the center and just explore a bit your squat here. Maybe bringing your feet slowly closer, taking your hips a little bit higher, and then bring your hands to the knees and take your torso up, but keep your hip down. toes together. Bring your arms on both sides of the hips. Come to your mountain pose. Lift the chest, open the shoulders back. Catch your breath. You definitely feel right now your hips. They again, breathing, talking to you. And we'll go to the Sun Salutation A variation in a full. Let's inhale, take the arms up, reach. Palms together, folding forward. Inhale, lengthening. With a neutral spine, knees could be bent. Hands on the floor, step back into plank. Hold the plank and then lower yourself down. Point the toes, press the hands. Inhale into the warrior. Upper dog. Chin to the chest, exhale into the downward dog. Hold the downward dog for 5. Next inhale, look forward, walk to the front of the mat. Bring the hands on the shins. Inhale, lengthening forward. Now bring the body weight to the heels, drop the hips, bring the hands in front of your chest. Hold here, and then bring the left elbow against the right knee, press the hands and choose to the right. Try to use this pressure of the palms and keep your forearms perpendicular to the floor to rotate the right shoulder back. Try to keep your knees on one line. Don't allow the left knee to fall forward. Come back to the center and go opposite. Right away. Try to slide the right elbow as low as you can. Keep reaching forward. Try not to turn to the left corner. Hold your spine on the midline of the mat. Lifting the chest. Returning back to the center and coming up into standing position. Release your arms. Let's go again with some variations. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, stepping back into plank. Lower yourself down. Point the toes, press the hands. Inhale, into cobra. Chin to the chest. Exhale, come into downward dog. On next inhale, step your right foot forward into lunge. Reset your legs. Take your torso only one palm off the side, so the torso is still folding forward. Take your arms on the both sides of the ears. Distribute the weight to the back foot. More weight on the back foot. More work of the back hamstring. Don't let just the right leg to hold you. Keep your shoulders relaxed. On exhale, bring the hands on the floor. You can use the block here. Bring the left hand inside and twist. And then take your right arm up. Keep your weight on the back leg. Try not to collapse to the left hand. Again, think of your body being on the midline. Going with the shoulder, left shoulder forward, and then twisting. On exhale, bring the right hand down, step into downward dog. Exhale. On inhale, step your left foot forward, finding the back leg supporting you. Take your torso off the side a bit and take your arms on both sides of the ears. Distribute the weight to the back. Find your legs creating this base. Try to keep your energy in your arms. Don't forget, you want to hold the sky. Keep shoulders soft. On exhale, bring the hands on the floor. Keep your right hand inside the left foot. You might use the block. Twist and take your left arm up. Go with the shoulder forward. Try to feel this twist in the rib cage. On exhale, bring the left hand down, come into downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, drop the knees down to the floor. You are welcome to go to the full side plank. Otherwise, we turn on the left knee, We'll extend the right leg, take the right arm up, flex the right foot, take the leg off the floor. You can go to variation with the right leg supporting you, or you are in a full side plank. Think of resisting to the gravity from the left side of the body. Keep chest lifting. Bring the right hand to the floor, drop the knees down. Again, you're welcome to go to the full version or roll on the right knee. Extend the left leg, take the left arm up, flex the foot, hold here. Could be variation with the left foot in front or full version, lifting the chest, resisting to the gravity. Bring the right hand down, dropping the knees, come into child pose. Let's look forward and come into the lunge, but this time with your right foot outside of the right palm, and then you even walk your foot a little bit further to the right. Open it 45 degrees. Reset your hand. So you will go to the flying dragon. Maybe you open your foot to the outer edge. Maybe you're able to bring your forearms down. Or if it's not happening, you hold yourself with the straight arms. We're not here for very long. Just be where you are, warming up the hip, exploring the external rotation of the hip. Coming up, you will send your right leg back straight. Come a little bit closer so you are in the tabletop position. Take your right knee into bend position. Go as high as you can and see if you can reach to your toe and pull the toe up and lift the chest. And then release. And we will slide the left foot forward and find the width, so you're walking your foot a bit out, turning out, resetting your hands to be under the chest. Don't rush right away to low position, just feel it here. Start opening the thighs, so maybe you feel your foot can go to the outer edge. You might go a bit lower. With your forearms down, but you're not forcing it. Having here 3 breaths. Finding your hands under the shoulders, and you will take this left leg back first straight. Walk your hands a bit closer, reset your support. Left hand coming slightly closer to the midline to support. Take your left leg back and reach to your foot if it's possible, and then pull it up, look up. We'll set the hands, shoulder width apart, tug the toes, come to the downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, look forward and walk to the front of the mat. Bring the hands on the shins, press and inhale, a lengthening. Stick your sitting bones out, have the neutral spine. Take the arms to the side and then unfold all the way up, reach, and palms through the center. Return to the sides of the hips. Exhale. Let's now continue with the hip opening, but we're going to now add it on the top of the balance pose. You will bend the right knee, bring the right ankle on the top of the left thigh. You right away will need to bend the standing knee. So think of external rotation. Your neutral spine, hands in front. You can be high, or you might try to come a bit lower, but try not to collapse forward, but rather work from the standing leg. Like you want to see on the edge of the chair here. And work all the time. Remember, we here want to work on the hip rotation as well. So it's an important part as well. You want to have your hip square and your shin square. With control, you come up and then release the leg. Bring the body weight to the right foot, bending the left knee, open. Just again, think of external rotation. Here, think of the shin parallel. Hands can come to the front of the chest, and you may be progressing. While you're progressing, your hips remain parallel, your shin remains parallel. You're sitting lower, keeping the hands in front of the chest. Trusting your standing leg, being focused. Here, a lot would happen. Core strength, leg strength, hip opening. Balance, of course, concentration. Coming all the way up and release. We will now go to the opposite movement of the hip. We'll practice the dancer pose. So you bend your right knee, reach to the ankle of the foot. Bring the knees together. Take the left arm up. When you're ready, you push the foot into the palm and you go all the way with the toe up, not with the knee to the side. And try not to collapse forward much. Think of lifting the chest. Think of creating some space on the front of your body. Try to direct toe up, lift the chest. Have a strong abdomen. Create the energy in the abdomen to transfer this to your standing leg. Be very focused. Release the knee back to your knee and then release the arm. And we'll go other side. So you will start with the knees together. Reach into the ankle, taking the arm up. When you're ready, you go back and your knee goes away, toe goes up, but you're not collapsing forward. You're trying to maintain this lift in the chest, the space in the front of the body. Try to relax and have a nice long breath. Release it back and we'll be on the front of the mat. We'll go through one more vinyasa to come into the flow position. Let's inhale, reach up. Palms together, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthening. Hands on the floor, step back into plank. Move to the tippy toes, bend the elbows, slowly come down with control. Point the toes, press the hands, inhale. Come into your version of back bend. Chin to the chest, exhale. Come into the downward dog. Hold the downward dog. Step your toes together and take your right leg up into three-leg dog. Push the left heel down, add a bit stretch. Then bend your right knee, open the hip so the right knee is pointed up, toe pointed down. Really feel the stretch. And then look forward and take your right knee forward for the sleeping swan. So first, you just go to the right hip, adjusting the front ankle to the position that is comfortable for the knee. And then bring the hands in front and parallel to the shin and rotate the way, so the left hip comes forward, the rotation happening in the right knee. You're not worried about back leg. If you don't have enough rotation in the right hip, if your left leg remains bent, that's fine. Keep your chest lifted here for the moment. This is the pigeon pose. If you are unable to keep your right hip on the floor, hip rolls off, have the block onto the right sitting bones. And from here, keeping the torso straight, you allowing yourself to collapse down. You might use support, not necessarily you go all the way to the floor. Relax your arms, slide your arms forward. And that will be our first position that we will hold. The very first pose we practiced today, and we were exploring the ability to surrender to the gravity. We would like to explore it again. Exhale and melt. Even it looks like it's impossible, even you feel that the right hip is holding you to be completely comfortable, completely relaxed here. You just try to work with your breath and go through that. Visualization is really helping here. If you will think of visualizing how the hip rotates, how all tissues around melting, relaxing, and helping you to achieve a bit better range of motion in the hip. It probably will be easy for you to hold just the next 5 breaths. Very slowly come out, and you're welcome to come again into downward dog, where you can give you a shake to the right leg. If the downward dog is not working, you can be in just a tabletop position, making circles, shaking the leg, or if you love something else, you're welcome to practice the other position for the contour pose. And we are coming to the downward dog and taking the left leg up into three-leg dog, pushing the heel, and then bend the knee, open the hip, feel stretch in the quad, and then take the knee forward, and you will drop the right hip completely, so you have ability safely to adjust the ankle for the position of your front knee, that not compressed too much. And then the rotation happening, you come in with the right hip forward. You have the hands on the sides of the shin, lifting the chest. And we'll come into the full, bringing the forehead on the floor and taking the arms on the side of the body. Scan your body and note if this side feels the same. If there is more restrictions on what should be done to adjust it, or maybe this is your better side, loose side, and then you're able to be more comfortable. Admit that. And then keep your breath, observing. Keep yourself here, exploring the ability to remain still through uncomfort. Bringing your mind into premeditative stage. And if it's happening just for 30 seconds, that's okay. Admit that your mind is busy with the thoughts and not related to your practice. Or maybe the thoughts are just, let's come out from this pose. That's okay as well. So just try to pass it. And still remain grounded. Still remain still. Still observe the stretch. Could be downward dog, could be tabletop, could be just seated. into seated position first, and you will have your bolster on the left, angled 45 degrees to the back corner. We will balance the external rotation of the hip with internal rotation. The position called deer leg pose. You have your ankles straight. You have your left toe touching the right knee. The bolster is touching the left hip, and you will come into the fold. Your face can be toward the window. If you're very flexible, you can bring the face toward the back of the room, but don't force your neck. If you have a limitation in the twist, just find the bolster where it's comfortable for you, and we'll be here. So there is no rule of alignment in this position. We just want to have right knee in internal rotation, and we want to create some twist. So whatever your body allows you, that's where you go. If you're finding that your right elbow in the space, you are not quite relaxed in the right shoulder because of that, just have some support for the right forearm. It could be folded blanket, it could be block, depend on what is the position. Sometimes it's just your elbows are not loving to be on the floor. On the solid surface, you love the cushioning. Yes, that's why we have all those blankets. You can, put them as the support. It could be quite deep twist, and because we're holding this long, it could be quite intense stretch. But we're not only stretching the connective tissue in our yin practice, we also want to create sometimes some strange directions of the tissues that will bring the blood circulation to those areas. So in a twist, we always have a bit of restriction of blood circulation for internal organs. And fascia is covering the full body, every organ, every bone, every muscle. So doesn't matter what we do, we will always get some stretch or some compression for the fascial tissues. So here you might feel compression in one part of the body and stretch on the other part of the body. It's a good position to observe how the body responds to the stillness, to the stretch, to the twist, whatever you're experiencing right now. This is not the regular position for the body. We're not going to be this way, even probably not in a sleep. So definitely we involve in the direction of the myofascial tissues that maybe not stretched or engaged in the other movements. So have here, final breath. Konasana, their legs wide, and we'll bring their hands behind and just allow your spine to rest here. So just a couple of moments in the straight position, hips return back to normal alignment. And we'll go to the other side. So bolster will go 45 or so. You will adjust it later. And you will bend the left knee. Make sure that the ankle is straight. Don't lock your knee with a flexed left foot. And you will go any amount. So maybe you are able to bring your face to the back of the room, but it's happening if you have a quite flexible spine. It might not happen. Don't force your neck. If you feel too much for the neck, keep it and have the right ear on the bolster. Try to relax your forearms. Try to relax your shoulders. Support your left forearm, whatever you need to support. Keep your right arm falling to the floor on the other side of the bolster if you're able to twist as much. And just let go. You will bring the bolster in front of you, coming again into Upavishta Konasana, and this time we'll hold a little bit longer. So you support your forehead. Sometimes we need to use a couple of props, maybe block supporting the bolster this way, or block supporting the bolster that way, or sometimes it's more comfortable just to have a block on the top of the bolster, and you would like to collapse. You would like to surrender with no much force. today. We had a couple of their chest opening positions, lifting the chest to try to energize the nervous system, to activate that. We'll now try to balance it. Try not to let your toes to fall in. Keep the toes up or out, but not force it, but try not to hold it in. When your toes falling in, they will lock the hips. We will have here a couple of more breaths. In supine position, you will get your bolster under the hips. Bring the shoulder blades and head on the floor. You're welcome to be with bent knees if this is comfortable for the lower back. Bring the legs straight, arms above the head straight. Stretch on the front of the body. The other direction we'd like to involve. As the part of stretching, the fascia, the front of the body, very often just compressed from all the seated position we have. And let's bend the knees and take the legs up. You might adjust the bolster a bit. Arms could go back to the side of the hips. And we'll keep here 2 minutes holding the legs up. Our restorative inversion. The knees. You can push the bolster away. Bring the knees to your chest and rock from side to side, massaging the lower back, and then you come into your Shavasana. So you would maybe put your socks or put your shirt, or if you needed one blanket to cover yourself, wait for me, I'll bring one. Shake your body a bit. Let your heels and arms be a bit away from each other, palms away from the body. Allow the toes to pull apart. Set the back of the head in a comfortable position, so the back of the neck is neutral, not compressed. Take a couple of long exhales. Allow yourself again to settle in the space of your mat, in the space, in the room, and allow yourself to have your conscious relaxation, the time of the practice when you don't want to move, you don't want to analyze, think, decide, worry. You want just to be. Observe how it feels again to return to the world of movement. Taking the arms above the head, pointing the toes, stretching, taking a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. And let's bring the knees to your chest and rock to the right side. And then come into the seated position. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Allow yourself to lift the chest a bit. Think of extension of your spine. Think of it reaching with the crown of the head to the sky. While you are grounding through your heavy hips and heavy legs, allowing yourself to feel your presence on the earth. Take this balance that we hopefully created in our bodies, in our hearts, in our souls with you, to share with anyone you will interact